Hillary Price's day began before dawn, her alarm clock shattering the silence and pulling her from a sleep she could never remember. With a deep sigh, she silenced the noise and climbed out of bed, ready to face another day at the Gold Jar, an upscale restaurant in the heart of Seattle. At 36, Hillary had been one of the restaurant's most diligent waitresses for over 2 years, adept at meeting the demands of the prestigious clientele who frequented the establishment. Her heart was woven with threads of kindness and dedication, qualities often overlooked due to the dark color of her skin. Prejudices clouded the customer's ability to appreciate the true value she brought to their dining experience. Her shift began as usual at 7 a.m., with her unpleasant boss briskly handing her a list of tables to serve. The undercurrent of discrimination between her and the rest of the staff stung, but she swallowed it with a resilient smile. She balanced plates, took orders, and catered to whims with unwavering patience. Hillary was a black woman in a world dominated by white privilege, especially in the luxury dining scene. Indifference, contempt, or simply being ignored were common responses she faced, but she never let these adversities affect her service. To her, the customers were more than just wealthy patrons, they were individuals deserving of kindness and respect. "You should get another job. Honey. You're not making the most of your potential in that place full of spoiled rich people," her mother often told her after hearing about her bad days. "I like my job, Mom. I love being a waitress and the restaurant atmosphere. I don't mind the nasty people, there are also very nice customers who value my work. That's why I continue to work hard every day," Hillary would reply, ending the discussion. Indeed, amidst the daily discrimination, Hillary found solace in the kind gestures of certain customers, an elderly couple who greeted her with warm smiles, a young woman engrossed in her novel who always left a generous tip, and a small group of regulars who appreciated her hard work. That day seemed like any other, and Hillary was mentally preparing for another grueling 6-hour shift. But no one could have predicted what would happen during the noon meal service, something that would challenge her patience and inspire a revolution within the hospitality industry. The meal service began with the usual frenzy. The Gold Jar buzzed with activity, and Hillary was at the center of the whirlwind, her tray laden with delicacies, her mind attentive to the myriad of requests. Amidst the chaos, a young boy named Tommy entered the restaurant with his mother. Tommy was different, an autistic boy who needed more understanding and who looked at Hillary with fear as he sat at the farthest table. It was evident that the child was uncomfortable and overwhelmed by the noise and clamor of the restaurant. As Hillary moved from table to table, she noticed Tommy's distress. The child was at the end of his rope, needing urgent help, but Hillary's hands were tied with her duties. The inevitable happened. Tommy had a panic attack, tears streaming down his face. In that moment, Hillary acted on instinct, setting her tray aside and kneeling next to the terrified child. With soothing whispers and a calming touch, she created a bubble of tranquility around him, shielding him from the sensory assault of the restaurant. Her gentle words and caresses worked, and soon, the child began to breathe normally. However, this act of compassion did not sit well with her boss. Seeing not a waitress helping a distressed child but an employee abandoning her duties, he exploded in anger. "You are fired. How dare you interject your personal interests into the service of this restaurant? The diners always come first. I never want to see you here again," he shouted, his face contorted with anger and contempt. Hillary, holding back tears, focused on calming Tommy, reaffirming her dedication to her job as a human being serving humanity. As her boss continued to berate her, she stood her ground, waiting for the commotion to die down. Without a word, she left the restaurant, aware of the eyes following her. Some with pity, others with contempt. What Hillary didn't know was that her story would not fade into oblivion. The incident would spark something much bigger, changing her life forever. The next morning, the reality of unemployment hit hard. The silence and monotony of a life without obligations weighed on her, and doubts about her actions began to swirl in her mind, but answers came sooner than expected. While she searched for a new job, another person started a social media revolution in her favor, Tommy's mother, Joanna Parker. Overwhelmed with gratitude, Mrs. Parker shared a post that set social media ablaze. She praised Hillary's compassion and criticized the restaurant's lack of empathy and the unfair dismissal. The post, accompanied by photos of the restaurant and Tommy, went viral within hours. Hillary, unaware of the digital storm, was shocked when her mother texted her, urging her to check Instagram. She found herself at the center of an outpouring of support, with people from all over denouncing the gold jar and praising her for standing up against discrimination. Customers pledged to boycott the restaurant, and similar stories of mistreatment surfaced. Amidst the flood of messages, Hillary received a job offer from the Good Taste, a major restaurant chain known for its employee-friendly policies and community service. It was a dream come true, and she accepted the offer without hesitation. At the Good Taste, Hillary found a new family, a place where kindness, empathy, and respect were paramount. Her story became a symbol of the chain's values, inspiring others who had faced similar mistreatment. Hillary's journey from a hardworking waitress to a symbol of resistance and compassion is a powerful reminder that even in the face of adversity, goodness prevails. But there was more to Hillary's journey than a simple job transition. Her story, once shared, became a beacon of hope for many who had faced discrimination and unfair treatment. News outlets picked up the story, and soon, Hillary found herself being interviewed on local and national television. She spoke not just of her experience but of the broader issues of racism and inequality in the workplace. The media attention brought more opportunities her way. Organizations advocating for workers' rights and racial equality reached out to her, inviting her to speak at events and conferences. Hillary's voice, once confined to the walls of the gold jar, now echoed across the nation, inspiring change and sparking important conversations about empathy, kindness, and justice in the workplace. Her newfound platform allowed her to make a tangible impact. Hillary collaborated with several nonprofits to create training programs for businesses on how to better support employees of color and those with disabilities. Her efforts were aimed at fostering a more inclusive and compassionate work environment. Ensuring that no one would have to endure the hardships she faced, the Good Taste restaurant chain embraced Hillary's mission wholeheartedly. They implemented her training programs across all their locations and made a commitment to uphold the values of diversity and inclusion. Hillary, now a valued team member and a symbol of their corporate ethics, continued to work as a waitress but also took on a new role as a consultant, helping to shape the company's policies and practices. Her journey did not stop there. Hillary's story caught the attention of lawmakers, and she was invited to testify before a congressional committee on workplace discrimination. Her powerful testimony helped shape new legislation aimed at protecting workers from unfair treatment and ensuring equal opportunities for all. Regardless of race or disability, through it all, Hillary remained humble and grounded. She continued to live in her small apartment, her life now filled with purpose and fulfillment. The uniform from the gold jar no longer haunted her, it was a reminder of how far she had come and the lives she had touched. Her resilience and determination turned a moment of adversity into a catalyst for positive change, proving that even in the face of injustice, one person's courage can make a difference. As she reflected on her journey, Hillary realized that her story was not just about her. It was about all the people who had supported her, the customers who appreciated her work, and the strangers who rallied behind her cause. It was a story of a community coming together to stand up against discrimination and to celebrate the values of kindness, empathy, and justice. Hillary's legacy continues to inspire. She is a reminder that no act of kindness, no matter how small, goes unnoticed. Her story encourages others to stand up for what is right, to support one another, and to believe in the power of compassion to bring about change. In her new role, Hillary not only focused on her work at the Good Taste but also started writing about her experiences. She began a blog, sharing stories of her journey, the challenges she faced, and the triumphs that followed. Her blog quickly gained a following, with readers from all walks of life finding inspiration in her words. Through her writing, Hillary connected with others who had faced similar struggles. She received messages from people who had been discriminated against, who had felt voiceless and powerless in their jobs. Hillary's story gave them hope and the courage to stand up for themselves. She provided advice, shared resources, and offered support, creating a community of individuals dedicated to making a difference. Hillary's blog also caught the attention of publishers, and she was offered a book deal. She spent months writing her memoir, pouring her heart into the pages. The book, titled Serving Humanity: A Waitress's Journey of Resilience and Compassion, was a powerful account of her life, her struggles, and her triumphs. It became a bestseller, touching the hearts of readers worldwide. With the success of her book, Hillary embarked on a book tour, speaking at bookstores, libraries, and events. She shared her story with audiences, inspiring them to embrace empathy, kindness, and justice. Her words resonated deeply, and she received standing ovations wherever she went. Hillary's journey from a humble waitress to a celebrated author was a testament to the power of resilience and the impact of compassion. As Hillary's influence grew, she used her platform to advocate for broader social change. She joined forces with other activists and organizations, working to address systemic issues of racism and inequality. She participated in marches, rallies, and protests, lending her voice to the fight for justice. Hillary's dedication to her cause was unwavering, and she became a prominent figure in the movement for social change. Hillary's work extended beyond the United States. She traveled to other countries, sharing her story and collaborating with international organizations. She visited schools, community centers, and workplaces, speaking about the importance of empathy and inclusivity. Hillary's message transcended borders, and she built connections with people from diverse backgrounds. Her efforts to promote compassion and equality made a global impact. Despite her busy schedule, Hillary never forgot the people who had supported her along the way. She maintained close relationships with her family, friends, and former colleagues. Hillary's mother, who had always believed in her potential, was her biggest cheerleader. Her friends, who had stood by her during her darkest days, celebrated her successes with her. And her former colleagues from the Gold Jar, who had witnessed her journey firsthand, admired her strength and resilience. Hillary also remained deeply connected to the community she had come from. She continued to volunteer at local organizations, working with marginalized groups and providing support to those in need. Hillary's compassion knew no bounds, and she dedicated her time and resources to making a positive impact in the lives of others. One of Hillary's most significant projects was the establishment of the Price of Kindness Foundation, named in honor of her journey and the values she held dear. The foundation focused on providing scholarships and support to individuals from disadvantaged backgrounds, helping them pursue their dreams and create a better future. Through the foundation, Hillary ensured that her legacy of compassion and resilience would continue for generations to come. As the years passed, Hillary's impact only grew. She received numerous awards and accolades for her work, but she remained humble and focused on her mission. Hillary knew that there was still much to be done, and she was determined to continue her efforts to create a more just and compassionate world. In her later years, Hillary took on a mentorship role, guiding and supporting young activists and leaders. She shared her wisdom and experience, helping them navigate the challenges they faced. Hillary's mentorship was invaluable, and she inspired a new generation of changemakers to carry on her legacy. Hillary's story is a testament to the power of resilience, compassion, and the impact one person can make in the world. Her journey from a waitress at the Gold Jar to a global advocate for social change is a powerful reminder that even in the face of adversity, goodness prevails. Hillary's legacy continues to inspire and uplift, reminding us all that we have the power to make a difference. Did you enjoy this touching and surprising story? If so, leave us a comment and share your thoughts. For more inspiring stories, subscribe to our channel or check out the other videos below. Thank you for your support.